what you want at 20 is different than what you want at 30. What you want at 30 is different than 40. What you want at 50 is going to be different. We ladies are not like men. We have seasons on things that we need. You're different. What you're going to want as a single mom is totally going to be different with what you want as what you're going to want as okay, I'm looking at my Zoom right now, multitasking, and what you're going to want as someone who's just single with no kids. So how you choose the person is really important. When you look at a man, if you're looking for a relationship, you're looking for marriage, and that's what you're going for. Is the person marriage material? Is the person someone who would commit to being a father? Would a person be reliable if something happened along the way? Would the person be reliable to um, make sure everything keeps going? You have to ask yourself all these questions. Otherwise, I see a lot of situations where you find the woman starts running by herself, multitasking and doing everything because the decisions you made are vetting over. Okay, so there we go. Keeping my hat on because my hair is a bit funny. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, that's how you date with intent. Questions are welcome. I'm just making sure everything is going good with the Zoom link. So, one moment. Just checking that as well. All right, so I am back. I'm just trying to make sure the sound is amazing because that's important. We want the sound to be amazing because this must be heard, correct? All right, so how to date again a man. We're going to do a quick reset for the room. And this is live on Clubhouse and I'm live on Facebook. There we go. So how do you date with intent and how do you vet a man you're looking for something serious? You have to realize that the way you vent a man who you're dating for someone just to keep you warm is different than the way you're going to date someone who you're looking for a relationship. And it's going to be totally different with how you date a man who you're looking for a long time partnership as a husband. As a feminine lady, as a lady who's looking to grow in different dimensions, because we ladies have so many different dimensions. We're not like the masculine. So how we date is important. If you're looking to date, are you when you go on dates, are you talking about everything you have? Are you talking about your degrees, your job, what you got, and you know what you love, your weak spots? Are you talking about that? That's not the conversation you should be having. If anything, zip it. Zip it. Listen to what the person is saying. Look at how the person is behaving. Look at his environment. Look at his friends. Are you looking at his friends? What does he do on weekends? It's not your job to chase. It's not your job to start running after a man. If a man wants you, he wants you. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But at the end of your day, your job is to take care of you. My daughter is walking in right now. What? Your job right now your job is to take care of you. If something happens to you, your job is to take care of you, meaning your feelings are for you to take care of, not strangers you go on a date with. They're not the ones, they've got their own interest. So your business should be your interest, not another person's. You know, that's how it should be. So they're going to be doing what they need to do, what they want to do. And then men are so visual. Men sometimes might just be going because they have that one plan only, but you have to know what you're going in there for. So if you're looking obviously for someone just to keep you warm, there is no work to be done there. Maybe a bit of background check so that you make sure you're not dealing with a weirdo. Do a background check on them, find out some information. And then if you're going to look for someone to be in a relationship with, a background check as well. But look at their values. Do they believe in what you believe in? What's important to you? And I'm saying this as a feminine lady who is going to grow in many different dimensions. You're going to be changing, you're going to be evolving. What you're going to want in your teens is different from what you're going to want in your 20s. What you want in your 20s is different from what you want in your 30s and 40s and 50s. You keep on evolving, and you should realize this is something ladies should realize. You are a moving mechanism that brings souls on earth. Oh, yeah, you have that. And then the person you're dating, that's a person whose seed you're going to bring on this earth. And if you're going to bring that seed on this earth, you're going to be in a vulnerable state. When you're in that vulnerable state, did the person you choose um, qualify to be a dad, a father? Are they going to be there for you? That's really important. So you're not talking, you're keeping quiet because you're watching them. You're watching and not listening, because sometimes what people say and what they do is different. So you're watching. Who do they hang around with? Where do they spend their times when they're free and on weekends? People don't change. They can pretend, but people don't really change. You can inspire someone to do better, but change comes from within. You cannot change anybody. If anybody's running around with that story, check them, because you have to live with the consequences of others people's advice. So it's your responsibility. I was talking about a room I went to into the other day, and there was this lady who was talking, who was crying that the person she was in a relationship with, she said something, she hurt his feelings, and he started ignoring her, and he dumped her because she said something he didn't like. He said he wasn't safe with her. I know there's more to her story, but then again, I look at it this way. She went to therapy and she kept trying to fix herself, in spite the guy saying no, like, I'm done. And she was crying and bawling here, and I'm thinking, she was in a relationship with someone. When something goes wrong and someone said, no, I was in a relationship some time ago, because the person brought their past in their current relationship, which is just stupid to me if you ask me. But anyway, if someone knows that they're carrying their past with them, whose job is it to work on their issues? The guy has to work on his issues. The lady has to work on her communication so she's more sensitive to the man. But there was this situation where she was busy working on herself and trying to make herself better for someone who didn't want her. And she went crying on Clubhouse about it. And then I'm thinking, well, you're responsible for your life. And when someone says, I don't want you, your job as a lady is not to run after them. Your job is to keep your crown, work on yourself, be better, evolve. But someone has to want you. And if they don't want, you shouldn't be running after them anyway. It's not your job. So I was just looking at this in different dimensions and way on how ladies, we give responsibility to other people. Everybody's got their agenda. You should have your agenda. It's you to take your life in your own arms. If you're married, it's different. We're talking about a different story because you're entrusted your life and your children's future with another person. But when you're single and you're vetting a man, again, the word is vetting a man to see if he qualifies to be the person who could be the father of the children you're going to bring on earth. If he's going to be the person who's going to be responsible when you're in the hospital, or maybe when something happens in life, you have to zip it watch what they do, see who they hang around with, see what they do on their weekends and how they spend their free time. A man should be ready for a wife before the wife comes in. It's not the other way around to say, when I get married, then I'll change. It doesn't work. If it has it worked so far? No, that's the answer. No. So it's your job to vet a man. Say nothing. One of the things the ladies said on Clubhouse, she was talking about the most um, deep memory she has of her parents. They were so old school. She remembers them being in the car driving, and the mom would always sit next to her dad, and they would hold hands, which is so so sweet. And she was so in touch with that memory, like that picture is ingrained in her mind, and to her that's what love represented. So when she went on dates, I'm sure looking for relationships, she went with a lack with looking, and she gave this information to someone who wasn't committed to her, someone who had his issues and was comparing her to his past, which is a no-no, and then someone who was there. I see my daughter right now is a bit tired and getting. Okay, you can come and write even here, that's okay. And then you have someone who's got these issues. Everybody has issues, but when someone has a problem, they have to fix it. And she kept on going to therapy. She kept on working herself for someone who didn't want her. And then I see in that thing that it was her responsibility to take care of herself. And it was her responsibility to vet the man right by not talking, zipping it, so that she can watch and she could listen without giving, because a man is not as emotional as a woman. We are different. The masculine doesn't operate as the feminine. The masculine is there getting info, and men are wired this way. Whenever you go on a date, yes, you and everybody, he's getting things to learn about you, and he'll start doing exactly the things you said that you like, and you think it's love. You start seeing things that are important to you, but you will not realize that you are busy flapping your mouth, sharing that information, and then the time the guy walks away, you're broken and thinking, but he was the one. Not knowing you gave all the information to someone who he is responsible for his agenda and what he wants to do. It's your responsibility to know your agenda. And that's not something you dish out because someone gave you their number or you gave them your number. A date is there to sit. You can go and have coffee. That's what dating is. Or you go for dinner and listen to them. Just listen and watch them. That's it. Enjoy the meal. Actually, it's a treat you showing up because you bring souls on earth. How's that for a thing? Like you literally bring souls on earth. And you are capable of bringing his seeds and making them human beings that are walking around. So isn't it your job to vet the man and see if he qualifies? Isn't that your job? I think that's your job. You show people how to treat you, not by telling them your secrets or telling them your soft spots. You show people how to treat you because you carry yourself in a certain way. That's what you do. And the feminine, we nurture, we love, we want connection. How we feel like we give our hearts, we will move with our hearts and we move with love. We are literally moving chaos in love, you know? And everything is so mixed up and yummy. Everything is so mixed up and so delicious. And the man is a conquest masculine moving around. And the conquest masculine can move on from one place to another, another. So you have to know what that masculine entity is looking for. You have to look, you have to know. Is it just out there for the hunt? Is he just listening to his lower part of his body and his blood, what it says to him? Or is he a person with vision? What's his vision? What's his intent? What's a man's vision? Does he see himself as a father? Does he see himself as a husband? Is he in a place where he's looking for a family, and it's just to find the right woman to fill that position? And what type of a father will he be? That should be the story. Not even the story. That's the thing you should hear from everybody, not just his close friends, and that's what you should know. But if you're there flapping your mouth and just going around with, oh, because my mom and my dad used to hold hands, and that's what loves look like. Love is commitment. Love is connection. Love is integration of two human beings and two souls getting intertangled together and intertwining together as one. That's not just holding hands. As a child, that's a vision you might have got, and it's okay. I love holding hands too. I love holding hands. I'm actually very passionate. I'm actually very, um, like touchy and all that. But that's not something you're giving on dates. On dates, you're just going to eat the food and you're just going to have a conversation and you're learning about the person. So, zip it. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. If you've got so much to tell, go and talk to your parents. Talk to your mom, talk to your sister, talk to your girlfriends. That's what they're for, not a random stranger who you have no idea what their drive is. Your job is to take care of you. And if you're alone, find out what you like. What do you like? Do you like going to the spa? What do you like? Do you like going to do your hair? What do you like? What do you enjoy? Find what you enjoy and do that, because that's your job, to do you and become a full cup. So wherever you go, you're overflowing and you can give because you're overflowing. But if you come with a lack and trying to match a picture when you haven't done the work on self, instead of vetting a man, you'll just be talking about everything that they should know, and they'll use all that to get in your pants. And when they run, you're going to be broken because you did not prepare. Actually, you have to prepare before you even go on dates, before you even start dating, so that it's not just because I fell in love and then went for it. It's because you felt safe. You felt safe. You saw someone who wanted to connect with you. You saw someone who was ready and looking for someone who he would honor as his partner, as his wife. You saw someone who was willing to give his heart to you. You saw someone who was looking for someone for you to protect you. There would be your protector, there would be your provider, there would be that shield around. And they were ready to do that role, not because you said what you wanted, but you saw that in them. If you heard something that touches your heart, I would like a like. I would like a share. And what I'm saying is truth. Universal truth. And ladies need to start thinking this way. Say less, listen more, watch more. Do you so that your cup is full. And when your cup is full, wherever you go, you will give because you are filled with love. You're not going with lack. My name is Pauline, and I'm complete. All right, I've been on Clubhouse, and the room is going to be closed in 5, 4, 3, 2,